if true, that would be bad news for Nikon. A bunch of people posted me a link to a rumor website that stated that Nikon would not have a hybrid viewfinder. I'll still mention to people that a rumor site is still only a damn rumor site. Without confirmation from Nikon, nothing is confirmed. If true, as I pointed out to you earlier, then that would be bad news for Nikon. It means Nikon really screwed up. Now, we do know that Nikon has already said, specifically the president, the head of the camera division of Nikon, that they would come out with a professional mirrorless camera, possibly to be announced later this year. If, however, it rings true that the D850 is merely a full-frame version of the D500, which is actually what I've been saying now for like a year and a half, that wouldn't be good. People will be expecting a lot more from Nikon, even if it has a 45, 46 megapixel sensor, which it likely will not. It will probably be the 42 megapixel sensor that they take from the A7R II. But even if it is 46 megapixels, the differentiation between 42 and 46 is absolutely negligible. And it has 8+ frames per second. Then we already know from the leaked pictures that it is, as far as the design of the camera, the exact same top controls and back controls and touch LCD screen of the D500. It's basically, people are calling it a baby Nikon D5, but that would be incredibly incorrect. I've said right from the get-go that the D5 is a horrible loser of a camera. If this has 8 frames per second, it won't have an optical low-pass filter, same as a Nikon D810. The Nikon D5 has an optical low-pass filter, and it's a horrible 20 megapixel camera, just horribly overpriced. It would certainly be superior at $3,300 to $3,500 price tag compared to the Nikon D5, so it would be superior in many ways. We already know that it's been confirmed that it will have the same dual autofocusing system of the D5, the dual processor autofocusing system of the D5. But this is bad news for Nikon. I mean, it is. I mean, even if they roll out and make an announcement, they won't roll out. Absolutely the case. They would make an announcement later this year in October, November of their professional mirrorless camera. That's bad news for Nikon. Nikon patented this hybrid technology, and I told people, I said, I don't make any videos for sake of getting clicks. You know, I have no interest in getting a pile of poo thrown on my face, and that's exactly what's going to happen today. A bunch of people are going to quote a rumor site saying that I'm wrong on the hybrid system on the Nikon D850. They could be right. However, it is just a bloody rumor site. If it proves to be correct, I said I will deserve the poo that gets flung in my face, and that's perfectly fine. But the person that fares the worst is Nikon. I've already had 2 famous photographers that I won't mention say that if it's just a full-frame version of the D500, you know, that leaves me no reason to switch out from my Nikon D810 for my professional work. I mean, it leaves me none. D810 at 36 megapixels is already overkill for portraiture and landscape. You don't need speed for portraiture and landscape. The only thing the D850 would have, as predicted, I mean, I accurately predicted that well over a year ago, is the ability to do high-speed sports action and wildlife photography. With a higher megapixel count, you have a little bit more croppability. Okay, so the autofocus is blazing fast. Obviously, it'll have better high ISO performance than the D810 for sure. However, when it comes to damn portraiture and landscape, nobody really gives a damn about incredible high ISO performance. So you better pray that the rumor website is inaccurate, because the person that loses out is not me, but Nikon. And that's bad news. They patented the technology. They have all the time in the world to prepare for this. When someone actually patents something, that doesn't mean they discovered it then. That means they discovered it way prior to that, and then they're developing the technology, and they finally say, hey, we finally really got to patent this technology. So we're talking about, even though Nikon patented the hybrid technology in 2013, it means they discovered it at least in 2009, 2010, and have been developing it since then. So that's really bad news for Nikon. It is the case that if the D850 is not the hybrid system, then it means their true pro mirrorless system, based upon their patented technology, would be what I had assumed rightfully so and logically so, the D850 to be. Because everybody had pondered, well, how could the D850 be a thin mirrorless camera? Because those lenses would not work. The flange distance, you can't get around all existing Nikkor lenses. The way they could get around that is that Nikon's Pro mirrorless camera, which the president of Nikon already said that they're working on, and has been confirmed by Nikon, would be then, therefore, logically so, the hybrid system that I've been speaking about. Which means it would not be announced until much later this year, and certainly not for a release this year. So if it proves that I'm incorrect, it means that I'm incorrect about the D850, but correct in the fact that this system is coming. However, in their Pro mirrorless camera, which Nikon president, I forget his name, Japanese name, has already confirmed is coming. Nevertheless, that's still a bummer from Nikon. So that means that the D850 would just be a full-frame version of the D500 with a high megapixel count and a high frame per second, which supposedly is above 8 frames per second. But a rumor site is only a rumor site. You see, when I stick my neck out and make information and get on the bleeding edge of information, when you're on the bleeding edge of information, you see, I'm screwed no matter what I do. If I'm right, then people say, well, it's just a lucky guess from that schmuck. If I'm wrong, then people just point fingers. So you're screwed no matter if you're right or you're wrong on the information. The last time I was right on the D500 and, the D5 being a loser, all of which was confirmed. People, oh, you just had a lucky guess. It's like, so when I'm right, it's a lucky guess, and when I'm wrong, you point fingers. Well, isn't that a wonderful place to be? So no matter what I end up turning out to do as far as the information, if it is correct or incorrect, I'm screwed either way. Well, that seems like a really great place. That is why people don't talk anymore about anything. They're just like, well, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Well, that does no good. Pure speculation based upon speculation is one thing, but making conclusions based upon substantial evidence is another thing, and that's where you're on the bleeding edge of information. So we'll see if I'm right. We'll see if they're right. If they are right, then that's not good for Nikon. It's not. It's just not good. It means it'll just be a full frame D500 with a high frame rate and a high megapixel count. It will make a lot of people happy. A lot of the people that are just myopic and don't know what the hell is going on, they have no idea why would I want an EVF system in my camera? A hybrid system in my DSLR. Well, there's countless reasons. I listed them off yesterday, for crying out loud. So those people are, they have no idea what people that have only used DSLRs. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I see those comments everywhere. Why would I want a hybrids? Why would I want any? Are you kidding me? Are you stupid? Nikon and everybody else that really knows something knows that that's what people have been bitching about at Nikon for years and years. Like, I'm leaving Nikon for Sony. I'm leaving Nikon for Fuji. I want WYSIWYG. I want a video. I want focus peaking. I want electronic shutter. I want silent shutter. All those things. Nikon, if this rumor turns out to be true, and it's only a damn rumor, if it turns out to be true, Nikon screwed the pooch. They let the opportunity pass them by. But if they did let it pass by, as said, then it would be logically, therefore, in the system of the true mirrorless camera that Nikon president had already confirmed that they would be releasing. So go ahead and throw poo in my face, but I'll remind you that it's only a rumor site. But we'll see who's right. But the information I stated in this video is accurate regardless. Whichever way it is, the information and conclusions I've said about Nikon is accurate. And that's not good. Nikon screwed the pooch on this one, if it is true. So, it's too bad. Moral lonely Nikon D500. Poor Nikon. Still, it'll be a camera people praise. I'll obviously end up having to get one. And I'm sure it'll be really nice. But Nikon's still screwed up because a lot of people have been waiting for this. And they're like, Nikon, you failed to innovate. And that was lame. At least in the DSLR line. And Nikon patented this damn technology. They could have introduced it. The complications and the hurdles of introducing and integrating that technology into their DSLR systems is a no-brainer. All it needed is an EVF on the front of the pentaprism facet. That is no major hurdle. And Nikon has had years and years and years and years to integrate this, and they screwed up, if true. Thanks for watching. Bye.